take a very hard shift. Southwestern side it is. Going all the way. You can see the fight actually ensuing. Fourth one versus Blood. There's Yangon Galacticos also receiving those eliminations by the hand of A1RG at this point. Right here, we do have to see what's going to happen from this point onward. Four Thrives, ESPORT'S. Going around, IQ taking that angle, but no. At this point, you have to be careful with the Uzi because there's a UMP-45 on Gyro's hers, and you make a single mistake with that Uzi, and you're going to face that wrath of the UMP-45, and that's going to definitely hurt you in a mid to long range quarter. UMP is much more stable than the Uzi at this point. There's Bluz, Axie on the left corner that can potentially see the player, but IQ is down to the last 25 bullets to his side. 1897, the jump shots are coming around from the rest of the Fourth Thrives. This player, Axie, taking one player down, but Axie also going to be taken down. It's a back and forth going around on both sides. That's happening. That's going around, but Fourth survives. T24 getting down. IQ, the one and only hope at this point, going forward alongside of Naki to see what's going to be the dictative move of this area. But Naki from the back angle gonna take down Voke. It's Gyrosud all alone in this area as Bluz is down to their last player, last breath, one single wrong mistake, and it's gonna be all over.
And this is the great thing about early engagements. It's a lot of pressure, especially with the resources, since you see actually they're all fighting using SMGs and they don't have much choice, and that's all they have. But over here we see APG actually getting that rifle and even that bow kill from DRX. This is absolutely impressive. You can see the leaderboards. There's actually a lot of players already down. 55 players in fact left, and EA finds their own knock as well. So there's actually like multiple engagements all around the map, but right now we're watching 4T and another team that they're gonna have a 1 versus 1. Naki gets knocked down, and but they're in trouble. EA also finding their kills against a KN. That might be almost a knock, a full knock. If they get IQQ over here from 4 Thrives Esports, we'll be saying goodbye, but not before Kinotropy Esports. And as well as another squad, that would actually be Blue ZZ. They'll be saying goodbye, and we're down to 14 teams in just less than 5 minutes.
It's 2 teams within the 5 minutes marker that have been eliminated. Now, next on is Alpha Gaming on our screen. Close to E-Arena, the last match of winner-winner chicken takers. It's slowly and steadily going forward. The fights definitely started, but not enough for those engagements. Say Cloud, on the other hand, is definitely going to take one player down of the A1RG. That Storm instantly coming up, getting that revival, but A1RG, the rest of the 2 players, they're just chilling at the very bottom floor. They know that anyone that's even going to try to push or like enter this area is absolutely going to be decimated from that point onward. DRS, this is another team that is kind of far away, further away from each other's angles. They can't actually hope to give any kind of cover towards their own team members at this point. So they have to be very careful on what they're going to dictate and how they're going to like dictate the situation for themselves. On top of that, example, tried with the Mini 14 to tap shots on towards the players, but it did not got any kind of connections. My eyes are on Yangon Galacticos right now, as Say Cloud was one of the guy in a short while ago managing to get a knockdown on flashes. But aside from that, Flash not only got the revive, but also back to the 100% HP.
Yep, doing quite well. And well, A1, they still have their full roster, already has 1 elimination, but they're running around and they know Romeo Boy is just out there, but they just can't quite get the angle that they need, and they're just showing a lot of trigger discipline for now. They try not to scare them away, but the grenades will be coming in. Say Cloud manages to get away in time, dodges a lot of damage, but of course Marinette Boy up above. Will they be able to get some bullets into A1? That's the question. But speaking of which, BTR, actually IQQ, I believe IQQ was almost the last person left on their team. But yeah, anyways, no, there's still 1 person left from 14. And that's really unfortunate because they have a really good start. They have 4 eliminations. And speaking of which, Federalis finally puts the final nail off their side. But we're taking a look at Bigatron by Vitality. All they have to do is pretty much hunt down Noki inside of this house, and they have all the confidence to go ahead and storm in up in this staircase.
Ooh.
And 4 Thrives will be saying goodbye with the hands of BTR. It's not over just yet. Alpha Gaming finds DK, Forest, Red up on the elevations near their car, and I don't know if their team is gonna go to the rescue because Alpha Gaming pretty much has them surrounded, so it's gonna be pretty hard to get rescued over there.
Oh, that's absolutely for sure. APG, DK, that's happening. The shots, the connectivities that are going around. It's happening. There's a lot of destructive plays going around, and it's just been 7 minutes. 3 teams have already lost their lives from this point onward. Baron going around, and oh my god, the shots. They're not going to connect, but why? How? He's looking at the guy behind that rock cover, behind that major hilltop. So there's definitely a play to be. He needs to know that there is a possibility that the player is going to get out of this area, get out of this particular location. So we will have to see what's going to happen at the end of this time.
Yep, and hopefully something happens by then. But speaking of something gaming, they probably hear the vehicles coming in from Vampire Esports, and yep, they're trying to get some bullets in top, trying to get some connectivity to happen, but unfortunately they won't be getting the knocks and eliminations that they need. Now we're looking at Murnut Boys still in the same position, and of course A1, they're not making a move just yet, and well, depending on where the circle's gonna be, that's probably gonna change really soon, but right now it looks like there's some bullets being shot. Not much happening, however. All the while, Alpha Gaming, they have their own story to tell as well. They find a vehicle up in there, but taking a look at where that circle is going to close in, actually towards the far southwestern part of the map, all the way in Valle de Mar. And we're seeing a lot of teams trying their best to rotate early on and not get eaten up by that blue zone, as well as not miss all the action and the potential eliminations later on.
That's absolutely true. Airdrop has been looted. There's a slight change in pace for all of this angles, the fights that occurred a while ago. In starting, there was a lot of fights, but here we go. We have Akaban in the hands of the players going around. Triber Messi going with the rig being knocked out. There's a revive going around. Triber Messi kind of into a very difficult position at this point, Annie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big fan of how Tribe Aramis is getting positioned, and Rig almost got to say goodbye with that grenade, but they put a lot of bullets in Sleepy Horror. But unfortunately, this is gonna turn to a 1 versus 1, which Sleepy Horror will be losing, and Tribe Aramis has the opportunity to go ahead and get those revives and get those heals on. But it's not gonna be over for Horror just yet. There's still no fear up at the distance, as well as another player. I think that's Sky Horror at the distance. And they have some information. They know there are a few players. Type Aramis that's still up and running. Yante trying to get some bullets in, but unfortunately it's already half their health. Managed to take some damage out of that. And you know what? This is going to be fun. This is Horror Esports versus Tribe Aramis in this area over here. Absolutely. Just put on those bullets. Just eliminations. And unfortunately, it's not happening yet. But all the while, YG and A1 actually, they're over there having their own engagements as well. But still, I think Hora is going to be trying to make their moves as well. So, you know, let's see what happens. That blue zone is putting a lot of pressure on them as well. It looks like AST just decided to make a move on. And whether or not Horror will follow suit, we'll be seeing that real soon. But right now, it seems that as AST and Horror disappeared completely from the mid, so we don't have a lot of information. But over here, DRS potential gatekeepers of Hora. Let's see if XMPL can manage to salvage any points from this situation. I don't really see the rest of the players from BRS just yet. So, you know what? Let's see what happens. Yet the Uta in another position. And it looks like, yep, we can actually see the mini map now. There's a lot of DRS over here with the potential to go ahead and gatekeep this blue zone, especially from Horde try to go ahead and come in. And you can see Yangon Galacticos as well. DRS getting those shots in. No Fear Hora goes down by the hands of DRS. XMPL is not over just yet. They're already 2/3 HP left, but it's not gonna stop them from trying to get some more damage in. And so this is DRS versus Hora right now.
It's Hora versus DRS. That's absolutely true. But oh, that's a grenade. Definitely doing a damage. Slight bit of damage on Samza. Not enough. Hora Esports, DRS, both into the area, taking a head-on fight. But I see one player of Hora down, meaning that's the last guy of Hora Esports just surviving, trying to move in the circle. One bullet, and it's gonna be over for Hora Esports. But they barely managed to get out of this area. Safe and sound. Amazing job right there. But now DRS, they have to do the same. Hora Esports, they also have a chance to heal themselves, get onto the top of the mountain, and take the fight against the DRS. Get them down on the contrary. But Yangon, this is another team at Minas del Valle, and there's not just one. There's Yangon, there's DRX. All in the rocks as well as they're only gonna happen once again. The teams that were taking the fight outside of the circle and having the upper hand, DRS they are definitely gonna have another upper hand. Some are gonna make sure that the final player gets eliminated. It's one for each. Hora's every single player got divided between the 4 players of DRS. That's 1-1-1-1 elimination. 2 examples: Zamza, Cyclone, and Yetauta.
I mean, beautiful eliminations coming in from DRS. I got distracted by that really nice graphic when that one player died. You know, just the swirly kind of death animation. But
the effect
over here. Yeah, the effect, it was so pretty. But anyways, I got distracted, and now we're looking at the map right now, and there's a lot of water in that circle, but that's all the while gonna make this a little bit more interesting. We still have 37 players, and this is a stage 4 circle in Miramar. Lots of open fields, and speaking of which, TS will be saying goodbye to Zeros. -1 on the roster, and over here, DRX and YG still at it, but they're not just worrying about one team. Not even 2 teams, not even 3 teams. There's a lot of teams in this minimap. And so with that, put some bullets in. You're going to be giving away information. But then again, always watch your back, because there's a lot of potential eliminations to be had. And on the other hand, there's also a lot of opportunities to kind of get some bullets to get eliminated off. So, you know what? You'll have to go ahead and play safe, but at the same time, take the risk and get those eliminations in.
Oh yeah, 36 players with 12 total teams remaining. 15 minutes into the game. Alpha Gaming so far. It's going on. Refus is here. He's gonna throw that grenade. No connectivity, but there we go. They all coming in. R8 right there, holding their foot steadily. Oh my god, getting a knockdown. There's a Molotov. The player's not gonna survive for any much longer bit of time. But wait, I haven't seen that elimination happen yet. How is he surviving? How is he still alive? Straight up into that Molotov. He is there as a straight up Giga Chad standing into that Molotov. He's gonna throw one at the stairs as well. I'm gonna make sure that Alpha Gaming cannot push for whatever the reason. Going around. Zeol is here, but oh my god, this guy just managed to eliminate the whole Alpha Gaming. No way. Damar, that's amazing.
That was crazy. You know, roundabout at that corner, get hit by that shotgun. It's a great way to say goodbye to the world, but over here, Vampire Esports gets a 1 against a rig that's actually won their first elimination actually for this whole map. And of course, there's a lot of things going on, but R8 Esports will be saying goodbye. Now we're down to 10 teams. That's gonna go down to 9-8 really soon, especially since this is now stage 4 circle, and that circle is gonna close in real soon. But yeah, we're looking at what Lazarus is up to right now. Pretty good player, but unfortunately, they just didn't get the opportunity to go for those engagements just yet. They're just a little bit to the party, but now they're here. Now they're out for blood. They have the resources, they have the health bars, they have the full roster, and hopefully, we'll see some more points coming in for them in the leaderboard real soon.
I see on the side there's also both of the teams, they have to take those fights. There's 2 teams that I can see. That is a lot, and those are a decent number of elimination to their name. 5 eliminations for DRS, 4 eliminations for the DK. Arena, let's go with the 3 elimination. Okay, that's a good number as well. But aside from that, every other player has 2, 1 these kind of eliminations to their side. And going on to circle, onto the circle angle, you can see DRS kind of scattered as a duo. Tribal Messi just trying in the circle, barely the next shift that it's on them. DRS definitely is going to be in a very panic situation, as AST may try to hold them down outside of the circle to get them eliminated. But we can see Tribal Messi so far as the trio or a full squad in the same compound. It's not going to be good. You're out in the open here. You're going to get shot from the DRS. That's actually happening as Zio, come on, barely managing to survive. Gyante also leaving the premises, but getting instantly obliterated by 2 different angles, 2 different shots. Vampire Esports is the name that's going to take down Gyante, and Tribal Messi is going to lose one of their crucial player.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous at the position where Tribe Messi is. They were just out in the open, and I mean, Vampire Esports pretty much just got those shots in really easily. But of course, they're still alive. They have been knocked down, but they're down to 2 players as well. And Vampire Esports are still lounging about, trying to see if they can find that last pick off and potentially make this into a 9-team Miramar. And right now, we're seeing 30 players still up and running. We're still 19 minutes into this game, so expecting maybe in 5 minutes we'll be seeing our next chicken dinner. But right now, it looks like Gyante is crawling for their lives, but unfortunately, Miaula will be sending them to the afterlife as a 3rd elimination. And with that, all they have to do is hunt down Delta. Unfortunately, Delta is just out of their vision. But for here, we're seeing XMPL from the RSK being just attempting to get those snipes in, but they'll take a lot of patience because it's a little bit far off. There's a lot of moving targets, some bullets coming in. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of damage happening, but they're doing really well already. They have 5 eliminations in, hoping for their 6th.
6th one maybe coming in short or not. We do have to see that, but a corner for the circle is a good start, but I only see example in this area. The rest of the teams are actually kind of close to the Tribal Messi, and the rest of the teams of the Yangon as well. But that was a decent number of shots. That was a decent amount of shots. But oh my god, did I see DK on the top of the mountain doing a 3rd party on the DRS as Yetauta gets instantly finished off. No DRS a second ago, they were 4-man standing, and now with just a slight mistake that they were not able to see on what's on their backside, they just lost to one of their crucial players.
Yeah. I mean, watch your backs, guys. You don't know if you'll be saying goodbye to your teammates. But we're here looking at BTR, Bigatron by Vitality. Federal is going full on Katniss Everdeen on A1RG at the distance. Be getting any knocks that they need. Although while DRS Gaming, they're still at it. Still 5 eliminations. It looks like XMPL still trying to get those shots in, trying to snipe those players. They got a lot of bullets in, but unfortunately not knocks and definitely not eliminations. Bumblebee gets 1 from the side of YG. That's Mernut Boy. I remember Mernat Boy was just hanging around that bridge. I wonder if they made that their grave as well. But we're here, Federalis. Inside of this house, we're going to see if they can get some shots in. Try to find a really good angle. But unfortunately, I don't think they'll be finding theirs here. But yeah, Team Secret as well. It's just Frankie. That's all that's left to get stormed in by EA. Let's see how Frankie's gonna survive this. I mean, this isn't really good. This doesn't look good for Team Secret. There's just one player left, but still alive. Frankie, 0 eliminations. Let's see if Frankie can get at least 1 elimination before saying goodbye from the world.
I mean, at this point, I need some answers. How are these players surviving? How are these players staying alive with these kind of Molotovs being on their very forefront face? It's straight up a mystery at this point. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, 22 minutes have passed. We're going on to our 23rd minute marker within 10 teams being still alive and a lot of players, 27 total players being into the lobby as well. So, Vampire Esports, they're going to lose 1. Urena, they're also going to lose a single player. That's a knockdown yet, but in a short while, it will be on the confirmation side. But Miala trying his level best to take down the DK's players. A good jump, a dodge
Nice.
going on. Miala getting that knockdown instantly, making sure that DK, the last guy, Pavian, is going back to save his own team member's skin. Let's see. This grenade is going to be crucial. If it connects, that's 2 elimination waiting for Vampire Esports, but not a single connection on its way. And DK, they're successfully going to go revive their players, move out of this proximity into the supercar that they had, and maybe wait for the next circle or a shift to be made where the teams will be forced to go up against them.
Absolutely beautiful play, especially from Mala just now. Really good execution, getting that 1 kill on their side and managing to keep all of their health. But of course, it looks like Vampire Esports will be trying for a more aggressive approach. I just saw one of their players coming in, going for the push, but Big Mom over here hiding behind this wall. And unfortunately, 0 eliminations. But the good thing is, there's still a full roster. And there's still 24 players left on the field. There's a lot of potential eliminations to be had. Big Mama sprays in lots of players already just from the mini map alone. So there's a lot of opportunities over here and not enough knocks happening, not enough kills. But as I was saying, there's one down on the side of YG. They managed to get a knock on their side, and let's see if that would be a finisher. That's actually DRS that will be getting that kill instead. YG getting 1 against DK. And with that, we're just watching QXZZ on our screen right now. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's another one. DK it is, ladies and gentlemen. Vampire with a 5 elimination, but two of the casualties going around. That's 2 down. That's Elzaris. That's Vina JJ. So far, getting that revive slowly and steadily, but Miala shooting at DRS. I think this shouldn't have been done, or if you wanted to do it, you should have done it before. But you have successfully let the DRS not only get out of this outskirts of the circle unscathed, but now they're in the circle. They're gonna wait out for you. Your location is revealed to them that, okay, this was the angle, this was a angle degree where we did receive some shots while we were traveling, while we were rotating. So the cars, they're gonna be a very big brainer to the players as well that, okay, this is the location, this is the placement where the players are coming. But wait a second, DRS did not even send a single shot on towards the players, but on the excess, he's closing in. DBS is gonna make a connection. The second connection is gonna on its way as well, and DRS in a single split second from 2 players to no players whatsoever. 7 eliminations into the match. Hashtag number 8 as they go out.
Wipeout. And with that, they were actually competing with Vampire Esports in terms of eliminations, and still Vampire Esports is doing quite well. They're still alive, and of course at the perspectives of a lot of these teams right now, it's A1RG. There's a lot of things to look forward to over here. Even their screens, it's just all there's a lot of players nearby. But of course, that's not what they're gonna see on their own screens. Yep, 1 versus 1 outside of this window. It looks like Deathstorm will be bringing the death against Team Secret. A1 doing, pretty good. They have 4 eliminations. They need to revive Flash, and unfortunately, they already lost a CJ Boy. But 26 minutes into this game, we still have 17 players left on the field, and 6 squads vying for that chicken dinner, and that blue zone is eating up A1RG. So this is gonna be a little bit hard. It's a very wonky area that they're stuck in. Flash is looking a lot of A1RG loses to the grenades and to the blue zone as well. And with that, BTR Federalis falls as well. E-Arena will be saying goodbye. DRX is still alive. Full roster as well. They've been favored by the circle, but unfortunately, not the faith. They had only 1 elimination.
Oh yeah, they only had 1 elimination now, and they definitely got kind of the short straw. DRX, a very panicked situation, but you have to know that even right now, the 4-mans are still alive. They can still go for that aggressive stance and maybe hope that whenever the chicken in, but Pedrolis, oh my goodness, you beast, getting a single grenade onto the players. That's 2 down of the Yangon, and the rest 1, in fact, the solo guy, he's trying to go for the revive, but Federalis is instantly gonna go and get that rescue done. Let's see if that rescue is gonna be going on over and over. The players have spotted the player. There we go. Federalis just picked it up. That, okay, I'm here. Boop. Now back to the area. DBS making those connectivities. The shots will definitely go. You have to push together if you want to get those eliminations. The backside, Vampire Esports, they can do a third party on this area. Yangon Galactical, Say Cloud, the only hope for the team. Okay, 6 bullets. Back to the 10. It is reviving their own team members. There's a... Okay, that's a decent move that you're throwing all those sticky grenades, all the grenades that you can possibly think of over towards the enemies, hindering their rush up on you. Now, still, no player has pushed on. Now, the final push is coming up, and the Yangon Galacticos is not going to be able to survive that. The back shots are definitely coming on as Yangon Galacticos... As they get eliminated, there's a backstab going around from DRX to the BTR. As BTR is going to lose 1 player, the second one will definitely go for the revive.
Yep, definitely. And I mean, it was a sticky situation, especially with YG having to decide whether to revive or to get BTR out of the way. And well, we know how that ended. We're down to 3 teams and 10 players. VPE so far with the best stats for this map. Unfortunately, Bumblebee will be saying goodbye by the hands of Nia from DRX. And with that, Miala throwing some grenades in. It looks like VPE is actually losing a lot of player side. BTR on the crosshairs of DRX Nia. I'm not a very big fan of their position right now. You know what? Let's see if that works out for them, especially with DRX lurking about, possibly having, maybe depending on their angle. Let's see if they can get some. Bumblebee will be seeing that's Bigatron Vitality going down as the 3rd team. Now, this is Vampire Esports 3-man team versus DRX 4-man team.
Oh yeah, 4-man team it is, but ooh. The moment you say the name, it's a 4-man team. 1 player is gonna go down. DRX down to the last 3, but last 2. Wait a second, Mama. Big Mama has also been taken down. That's Big Mama's confirmation. Miala constantly using that MG3 towards the area, getting some casualties done, but a grenade comes over, and Vampire Esports is also going to lose 1 of the players. But Miala, 14 bullets more. You have to go on the reload, get it back to the 75 and 990. The fire rate will be, it's definitely going to be destructive. The backside, we can see Elzaris closing in behind the rock. The shots are going. Both sides are going to receive a 1 single headshot onto them. But Miala, oh my god, the MG3 is not going to work it out for you. And with this, DRX is now having the upper hand against Vampire Esports, the team that has the 12 elimination, 13 elimination. They're kind of not looking good to secure the winner chicken dinner for themselves. The grenade is going to come straight on the face, and Miala alongside of Elzaris, it's going to be over. Winner chicken dinner. Not to the Vampire Esports. They were so close, but so far. But throughout this area, the way this action actually occurred